But I also think with precision farming, it would be nice to play with precision farming, but not with modern equipment. So figuring it all out manually. Now I do know of some farmers who, they have no option but to do that sort of thing. So they do have soil analysis, they do check their crops, but they've got 1990 equipment which just doesn't support all the flashy modern technology stuff that happens today. Or possibly, play with precision farming without being able to see the map, but making, guesses. Oops, that's the wrong way. As to what I need to do to get the soil the best it should be. I would say it's probably easier to do this going forwards. Okay. I am so disoriented. I am so disoriented. I have no idea where I am. Oh, no. Back up. There we go. Let's have a look. Oh, wow. I'm actually back at the bottom of the field. Huh. Anyway, not even nearly done, I don't think. How are we doing? Huh? Later. I know. How are we doing? Okay. Getting confused between game time and real time. Okay, we are at 10 o'clock real time, 12 o'clock game time. I think once we've done this job, we're probably might come back and plough this. That'll leave us, I think, every field except 30 odd to ready to plant. We just need then to wait until the ground is warm enough. So 31, I think I need to plough, because that is still oilseed radish. Yeah. So I might bring the plough out this way. So sort of, do I do it now or do I leave it until closer to planting time? I believe someone bought up Elite Dangerous last week, and I must admit, I don't think things look rosy there. When you start neglecting part of your player base, that usually indicates there's more going on than meets the eye, which is a shame. I mean, I haven't played Elite Dangerous for... how long has it been out? A long time. I mean, I probably played the game for about a year before I sort of went off and did other things. And I never really got back into it. The problem was they started changing the game mechanic. A similar situation with Star Trek Online. You sort of... if the game mechanic stays the same, I can come back, I can just pick up the game and go with it. So something like American Truck Sim, I haven't played that since Washington State came out. But it's still the same game. There's been some new things added to it, but the fundamentals of the game are the same as it used to be. So if I felt like it, I could just jump into the game, pick up my character from where I left off, and just go and do truck deliveries. Same with train sim, same with farm sim. I can take... I could go back to Farm Sim 17, and I can't pick up Lawfolds from where I left off, because unfortunately I lost that save game. But 3 years from now, I could come back to this farm and do some stuff on it, and it hasn't changed. And the problem with Star Trek Online Elite Dangerous is game mechanic has fundamentally changed. And so things I used to do and have fun with are now completely different. So it's almost like learning a new game. And that kind of loses me a bit. And that's kind of a shame. And when you're alien, World of Warships, it changes, but the underlying game is still the same as it used to be. There's new ships, so there's new quirks. But I can still pick up my old ships and play them the same way as I used to. And that's, I don't mind investing time in a new game and learning how the new game works. So for Farm Sim 22, there are differences between it and Farm Sim 19. Accepted. And so I'm going to have to learn where the changes happened. But to me, it's a new game. It's not a game I have to pick up and, they got rid of that and they relearned that. I think the issue with when Farm Sim is initially released, the 1.1 patch usually cleans up a lot of stuff. And in some situations, you might have said, this looks interesting. I'd like to quantify this thing. So I'd like to quantify how much seed I use comparing with each crop. So oilseed radish uses 1/10 of the seed that wheat does to plant the same field, for example, or whatever it is. Potatoes use more. But you can sit there and you can say, well, before I get really stuck in, I'm going to quantify a few things. What do tyres do? If I do narrow tyres, Are they worse than regular tyres? Are they worse? Are regular tyres worse than thick tyres? Or big tyres, wide tyres, thick tyres, wide tyres? And you can quantify these things, but very frequently the very first patch for Farm Sim corrects a bunch of issues and also addresses some of the gameplay that they felt they didn't quite get right. And your testing goes out the window. One of the examples I would suggest is the maintenance. When Farm Sim 22 was released, an older tractor would wear out faster than a new tractor. But an older tractor would cost less to fix, which was kind of dumb, because the repair cost was based on the current value of the tractor. So if we go small tractor, vouch for G, 79,000 new, garage, 69,000. So my repair cost from 50% on my tractor would be 2/3 of what it would be on a brand new one. That doesn't really make sense. If anything, it should cost more. But if you just say, well, it wears out faster the older it gets, then take soil samples, send soil samples for analysis. Why? There we go. Okay, so that can be doing while we drive back. But patch 1.1 addressed that, and they said, okay, it's going to be based on the brand new value of the tractor when you buy it. So if you add extras to it, like front loader arms or whatever, that adds to the value of the tractor when you buy it. Much more sensible implementation, but all of the testing I did when the game was released on how much it costs to fix a tractor completely validated. I wasted 6 hours of my life doing that validation, and it's all for naught. There was a thing in Farm Sim 19 I did some testing of, and then Farm Sim 19, they had the tractor wears out faster the more dirty it is. So if you have dirt turned up to high, your tractors would wear out faster, so you would have to fix them more frequently. Well, of course, what most people did was they turned off dirt, and then their tractors didn't cost anything to maintain because they never wore out. So Giants immediately in their first patch divorced tractor cleanliness from how quickly it wears out. Probably a good deal, because the wear and tear aspect is part of the challenge of the game. It's a money sink to keep you playing. If you want to build the farm, you've also got to take care of, we're going to suck the money out of your system. So you have to overcome that and make more to expand. It is what it is, but there are still people who knew something about the game, but it got patched out almost immediately, but they never realized that they'd changed. It's like there are quite a few YouTube players who still refer to periodic ploughing. Now, periodic ploughing is still named. If I go down here, is it that one? Oh, where is it? Oh, here we go. Periodic ploughing required. That was a Farm Sim 17 thing. And every third harvest you would have to plough your fields in order to keep the stuff going, keep your yield up. And the Mad Spot, welcome to the stream. and thank you for the follow. So yeah, as I was saying, periodic ploughing was once every 3 harvests. If you want to keep your yield up, you have to plough. Well, in FS19, they made ploughing a requirement after corn or root crops, if you want to keep the yield up. But for everything else, or even if you're doing corn and root crops, the ploughing penalty became the not liming penalty. So you had to lime every 3rd harvest to keep your thing up. So in effect, what we now have in FS19 is periodic liming and ploughing after certain crops. But the help text or the text prompt for that setting in game is still periodic ploughing required, and it hasn't been periodic since 19 came out. But people are still saying, oh, I'm going to turn off periodic ploughing because I don't want to have to plough my fields every 3rd harvest. You don't have to, but they still believe that because they got used to it way back. Okay, I think I'm not going to go out and plough those fields. So, have we had the results yet? No, results haven't come back. That was a lot of results requested, so we'll see how that goes. I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break and then I'll be back. Okay, I'm back. Sorry, boring wall to look at. But yeah, I mean, it's another thing was the hay rotting. Hay rotting or grass rotting was only ever a thing incorporated into Realismus's seasons for Farm Sim 19 and 17. It's never been a thing in base game, but people still talk about hay rotting. We have some. We have sunflower seeds. We have a lot of barley seeds. Why do we have so many barley seeds? We have some sunflower seeds. I'm going to need more sunflower seeds, I'm pretty sure on that. But yeah, people still talk about hay rotting in base game for 19 and in 22, and it's not a thing. Hay might rot in with Maize Plus. I have no idea what the farming agency is doing with their Maize Plus mod. But as I said, it might be a thing, it might not. Someone else might come out with a mod that says, hey, hay rots in bad weather. And yeah, okay, fine, I'll play with that. One of the reasons I'm using clover on this farm is that clover doesn't rot. Hay still does. Now, I still store all my clover and stuff in barns, but the first year we put some loose clover hay and bales outside, inside, just to see what would happen, and nothing happened. So we quickly deduced that clover's fine. Clover's awesome. Okay, there we go. And I need to sleep from 5:30. That will take us to 9:30. Let's sleep 15 hours. That's a good time to sleep. And oh, it's going to rain. Nice. And 32 degrees on the ground, so we probably have sheep. Yeah, we have to go and do the sheep thing. I'm going to use the tab. Yeah. Whoa, why have I got snow? What the heck? Okay. Didn't see that coming. That's going to make cleaning up the sheep a problem. Oh, you pain in the butt. Well, I mean, okay, truth be told, I can clean up the sheep, but I won't be able to feed them the grass that I clean up. Because snow. What the heck? I mean, early spring is March. Well, actually, this might work if I sweep up the snow. Well, I messed up the reversing thing, but so yeah, if I fill the bucket up with snow, I should be able to now scoop up the grass without a problem. Well, except maybe lifting my wheels off the ground problem. Unfortunately, as you can see, as soon as I go a little bit too wide, I get snow in the bucket and it kills the grass. That is not letting me pick up that grass. Oh, you are a pain in the butt. Seriously, really pain in the butt stuff. So, as I said, we're going to have to feed them maize. And I can't clear them up, which is just not good. Now, obviously, one thing I am pleased to have found out was maize is not a problem on this map, whereas grass is. Maybe grass isn't. Clover is. When we look at, you know, it's grass silage, clover silage, hay, alfalfa hay or clover hay, and then grass fresh, grass, clover and fresh maize and hay pellets. Clover's not working. And since our entire farm is clover based, that's kind of a bit of a problem for me. They might take another one. Ooh. They did. Okay, Oakfield Farm is fed. Run out. Oh, I'm gonna. Yeah. The thing is with the Scorpion, I have to take it into each field. So I'm not gonna drive it down the road. We're gonna drive it through the hedges. Also forgot to check my sheep numbers, which someone else might have done already, but I'm going to try and clear them up each trough, but I'm not sure it's really going to work for us. We seem to just be sweeping up the snow. Come on, really? So kind of happy that we don't have to clean up animals in Farm Sim 22 because this is a chore. Especially when you've got snow on the ground. Okay, you can disappear.